happy, what's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, June. June is almost done, but we are trucking along. Fanny is in here in my way. Fanny says, maybe you're in my way. Did you think about that? Did you think that perhaps your whole existence inconveniences me? So we're gonna have to move Fanny girl. Come on, baby. Ooh, come on, baby girl. You want your box or you want to get down? Into the box. I know, sit in your box, sit in your box. Settle down. Sometimes she loves that box and sometimes it's very how dare you. All right, then jump down, that's fine, but you can't have my workspace. So, last time, this session is session 40. We've done 40 shoe marathon sessions in 2026. I'm very proud of that. Trucking along. I do feel like I got cocky and I got like too far ahead, and I was like, not too far ahead. I was like, I am crushing my goals. I feel amazing. And then the carnival gods punished me for my hubris. I was a glitter Icarus and I flew too close to the glitter sun. So what we're doing now are my little security blankets. All right, pout. Fanny was so happy to be in here until she couldn't be calling the shots. And like, honestly, I get it. We've all been a little bit like that sometimes. So I am working on my security blanket shoes. So these are just gonna be little pink shoes with little silver trim pink posies, easy peasy. These are gonna just come together so smoothly. I'm just going to not even crank these out. These are going to just glide out into the world. We are just gonna water birth these shoes nice and easy. I don't know why I said it the weirdest way I possibly could. I'm feeling a little weird. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. June has been exhausting and intense, and so I'm feeling weird. But feeling weird is all right. It's okay. Let me. I'm going to put this girl who got her second bit of pink on the bottom of the dehydrator, and she goes. Gorge. So we're going to do these 4, and then I'm so sorry, y'all. We are still in the Draco Malfoy phase. The next time you see me, it will be better. It will be blue. We're gonna get. It's a process, you know. You got to take all the mousy brown off, and then you're Draco Malfoy for a little bit, or you're the same color, you're green screening into your wall. But it's a process, and you know, I find that if I get too caught up in, oh, I don't look good enough, I don't look, you know, I'm having a bad hair day, I'm having a, you know, I don't feel good about my face today. If I do that, I never make any videos, and that would be a bummer. So I trust y'all not to judge me, or if you are judging me, so be it. That sounds miserable. I got off topic. Anyway, I am giving these a first coat with the pink especial that I made on the last video on the 39th step, the 39, is that what it was called? The 39 steps? No, I don't know. I don't know about that. In the 39th video, I made a little especial rosé, a little especial that is pink with a couple of little dregs that I had, a little bit of slightly contaminated rosé colored glasses, a little bit of, I think, Stargazer Lily, just a tiny little dregs bottle, and then a couple of the little Martha Stewart jars, this size, so that I have a good base coat on here. All right, that's 2 done. These are gonna be so nice and easy peasy, because sometimes you just need a little bit of easy. And I have some good news. I have a lot of good news. I am going to be bagging the crawfish boils that I did last month. We almost made it. They almost sat on my shelf through an entire month, but I'm going to get them bagged because I finally got some bags. It's funny because people come into the glitter store and they're like, oh no, I forgot my list. And it's like, I'm very much in that same boat. If I don't write it down, it does not matter that I was just in the glitter shop. I will be back for it. So I'm going to bag the crawfish boil, girls. I'll show y'all kind of what it looks like when I give it that little whisper of heat gun before I bag it. And then I'm going to maybe do some strawberries because I think we got to just keep on keeping on the strawberries. I need to get myself some more glue. I am almost out of my beloved Mod Podge. All right, we did all 4 of those. Good, good, good. Great, great, great. I have got a plan. I swear. Let's set some stuff aside and let's see. I bought a big old thing of Swiffers. Okay. I bought a big old thing of Swiffers, but I don't have it with me right now. Okay. So this is my heat gun. I was trying, I think I impulsively wanted to do the thing that people do when they're making like makeup tutorials. I don't know why my hands just went to that, but I did it wrong. And also this isn't the right size for that. And I put my hand in the front. So, you know, this is the level of polish that I know you guys come to me for. All right. It is a Romac. This was a gift. This was a birthday gift. Hot air may cause fire or burns. It might. So it just looks like a hair dryer, and then it's adjustable. So I have it kind of in the middle. I have it on about a 5. You can go higher, you can go lower. So this is my finished girl. She's all done. She's ready to go into a bag and wait until her ride. We did the shoe itself is the boil pot. We did the flames. We put the little paddle on her. She's full. She's boiling with bubbles and corn and crawfish, and pouring into the boil is a nice big jug of seasoning. So that's my pretty girl. And what I'm going to do now is just give her a little whisper. You want to be so careful because it is weirdly easy to melt the foam or the plastic. And you don't want like the sequins to melt. You just want to do this enough that your little hot glue strings melt away. And so she's just getting a little love. Put a little love in your heart. Just slow and steady. No one place too long. Just a little whisper of hot glue. Not hot glue, of heat. She looks great. The back of the paddle has a little like hot glue spot. So I'm just kind of melting that, smoothing that out. We're just smoothing it out. All right. She is done. She is ready. She's super cute. All right. So she's going to go in a... I'm going to tear a box open. All right. Oh, these are boots because next month or the month after, or I don't know, at some point in the near future, we are going to make that bead fence boot that I did at Jazz Fest. All right. I've got regular bags and I've got tall bags. At Craft Culture, we sell the regular bags in a 25 pack and we sell the tall boot bags in a 5-pack because you just don't do that many tall ones. So, you can kind of supplement. And I feel like 2 25-packs kind of gets you all your ride shoes and a couple of little, your friend ones, your extra ones, your coffee date ones. All right. So let me see if she's good in a standard, but she might, because she's got this height, just be sexier in a boot bag. No, I think she's good like that. All right, pretty baby. Are you good like that? Yeah, she's pretty like that. She's pretty like that. And I've got my red curling ribbon. I'm trying to keep my heat gun. I know I say it, it's like my unofficial catchphrase. I need to reset the craft room a bit, but June was really intense for me, so I kind of shortchanged myself on organization, and now I am reaping what I have sown. And that's a thing that happens. That's valid. Okay. But the other girl is definitely going to need a boot bag, but I'm going to set my bags down. All right, let me get my curling ribbon. I just need to be careful that nothing touches this nozzle, extra especially including my own self. It's probably good that Fanny isn't in here right now, because if she burned her if she singed a single hair on her precious, beautiful head, I would walk into the ocean. She is my everything. Do I like it right there? Or do I want to do a boot bag? I think maybe she needs a boot bag. All right. Hang on. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. You go there. I'm about to bag somebody in that bag. If this is boring for y'all, let me know. If watching me bag them is like watching paint dry, I can absolutely take that feedback. Right. Boot bag is a little tall for her, but I'd rather her be a little tall. That's good. We love it. We love it. Okay. Pretty girl. My pretty, pretty, pretty girl. I maybe cut this curling ribbon a little on the short side, but that's all right. She's beautiful. Finished. So yeah, I think watching them go into bags is fun and exciting, but that's maybe, there's some things where it's like fun to do it, but not necessarily fun to watch it. And y'all, can let me know if I am making an invalid assumption about yeah, these little bits are a little short, but that's cool. All right, she's done. She's beautiful. I think the boot bag was the move. I think a nice tall silhouette on her is pretty. And so she is a suspension, but she's nice and strong. If I'm nervous about her, I can double bag her. I'm not nervous about her. When I pack my bag, I will put her on the top. But a little double bagging never hurt anybody. All right, she was in a temp bag. These are the thin bags. She was finished, but I was out of bags. So we're gonna put her in a real bag. Yes, yes. And I definitely found I went through and found my 1mm red to do my strawberries. But then I found it, but I didn't keep it found, I found it and I was like, oh, perfect. And then I set it down. So it's here somewhere. But I do want to do my 1mm. But if I get time, I think I let the baskets get so big in my head that I psyched myself out a little bit. So I might need to reevaluate my goal. I'm going to do these security blanket shoes, and then once that relief hits in, once I don't feel behind, quote unquote, once I feel like that just once I take the pressure off myself, I'll be able to make better choices about what I want to do going forward. because I was like, oh, I'll start a bunch of them. And I'm like, the difficulty with starting a bunch of them is then I don't really know where I am. Because I could be halfway done a shoe, or I could be 95% done a shoe. That's probably overestimating. I could be halfway done a shoe or 80% done a shoe and not really know exactly where I am. She's ready. One more. So finishing 6 shoes a month was kind of the goal. So I started in June feeling a little bit like, oh, I'll start the baskets, but I don't need to finish them, but I don't need to finish anything. So maybe I'll start the baskets, and also I'll do some snowballs and some ice creams and some cakes, because that once I have the frosting out, I might as well do all the stuff. But then I also kind of want to do some bead tree boots, because that's kind of an easy one to, and also I want to do, and I just let myself get a little bit too carried away. So I'm going to finish these security blanket shoes. I'll keep on working on the berries. Rawr. All right, before you go, she is finished also. But before she goes in the bag, she needs her whisper of hot, melty assistance. Needs a little bit of that. Put a little love in your heart. You know, there are just a couple spots where the glue makes those little webbies, and the webbies are just not what we're going for. It's not a huge deal to have some hot glue. I personally don't mind a little hot glue showing, like I made it with hot glue, and to me it's important that it be strong. So if I got to put a big old glob of hot glue on there so that it's going to stand the test of time, I will do that. But we do like to take the webbies off where we can. And there are a couple of spots where I can see the hot glue, and where you see it, it looks a little cloudy. And if you just warm it a little bit, it gets sheer again, or it gets like shiny, and then it just looks prettier. That is a personal preference that I prefer personally, if you will. So I am pretty chill about using a lot of hot glue, knowing that I'm going to give her a little bit of a spa day with this. She looks great. Yeah, this step is very much optional. It just is a little extra love, a little extra beautification. Just a gentle whisper all over. And you could do it hotter and do faster, but that stresses me out a little bit. If I crank her up, I have to go very, very, very fast because I don't want it to sit. And that, ooh, just doing that, even doing that for demo purposes is stressful to me. I didn't realize that I had setting on, like I could crank it up or down, until a friend was like, which heat gun do you use? And I said, oh, I don't know. It was a gift. Ask the person who gifted it to me. And then she was like, what setting are you using? And I was like, oh, I don't use settings. Mine isn't fancy like that. I don't have settings on my heat gun. And she was like, I asked the person who got you your heat gun what she got you, and I got exactly the same one, and I have settings. And I was like, I have settings. So I know a lot of things. I have been around the block many times. The glitter block, if you will. We're not talking about any other kinds of experience I might or might not have. I'm very experienced in the shoe glitter game. I've been around the block a few times, but there are still many things I don't know, some of which are almost comedically stupid. So never feel bad about not knowing something, because nobody has been at this so long or so obsessed with the game that they know everything. We all still have things to learn and weird, funny blind spots. And, you know, I think that's actually beautiful. I think if you can remind yourself that what you're doing is enjoying yourself and expressing yourself, and you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be the queen of the glitter homecoming court, I think that's healthy. So A lot of the times what I am saying, hey, don't do this, do this, it's because I have done something very dumb and learned from it. And I am just saving you learning the hard way, but there's nothing wrong with learning the hard way. Learning is learning any way we get it. Okay. All right. We are big believers in my house in, mistakes are how we learn, but we do need to learn from them. Or we need to try. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes! Yes! God, I love bagging the shoes. That is a great feeling. All right, I've got 4 shoes bagged. Hooray, hooray. I need to put the bags away, but I won't do that right now. Okay. I want to put you somewhere out of the way where you're not going to be a problem for me. Put her in the metal so she's not an issue. I don't want to burn paper or anything. Okie dokie. Hooray. She's dry. Oh. And she is dry. 2 dry little pink pony girls. Pink pony girls. Okay. Okay. So now we get to put we've done our first coat. It's good to go. Give her a little bit of a brush, just a little one. Just a little brushy. So now we can start doing our final coats. And that's why these are security blanket shoes, because they got to that place of being chill very quickly. All right, I have got rosé colored glasses. Rosé. I sometimes accidentally call rosé colored glasses rosé all day, which is a Electra Bolt Bomb. It's also rosy, but it's a different product. We have a lot of products at Craft Culture though, so you're gonna have some repeats. It's just the nature of the thing. Okay. And I've got some little pink dots. I think this is Buffalo Calf Maiden, maybe. Or maybe it's something else. All right. They aren't like bone dry, so I need to be gentle. If I grip the heel too hard, it's gonna slough off because I didn't let it fully dry. Because I wanted to make a little progress and feel on top of the world. As progress on shoes will make you feel. Okay. All right. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so I'm just gonna do I want the pink in there? It's really, Actually, I'm not sure I want these pink bubbles. I think they are too pastel. I will put a little bit of some Fairy Tale, which is a crystal mix, or it used to be. I'm gonna put a little Fairy Tale and see how we feel about that. I've still got the water lilies that I used on the Wave Velvet, the water lilies confetti. It's kind of a pastel mix. All right, I was not paying attention and kind of put my glue a little too thick, so let me thin it out a little bit. This brush is also probably overdue for some maintenance. I imagine to y'all it looks like I use the brush once and it's like ready to be washed. I imagine to you guys it looks like I come in here and in 10 minutes later my craft room is insane and needs a reset. I do work in here a lot, not on YouTube. You know, I do come in here and work on stuff and I just don't have the camera on. So I don't want y'all to think that Oh my God, every time she comes in and makes a shoe, it's like so much work. Every shoe completely wrecks her craft room. That is not correct. That is me. I have these pink champagne bubbles, but I don't think I'm going to use them. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of Fairy Tale, which is a crystal mix. Crystal Cave would work. Fairy Princess would work. Unicorn Freckles would work. I'm just going to see how we feel about this. I think it'll give me a little bit, just a little bit of fun without totally dominating the conversation. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. Pretty in pink. Rosé is such a pretty pink because it is metallic. You don't have to prime, but it's still a very pink pink. We love that. We love a nice pink pink. Pretty. I like the Fairy Tale in there. I think it's cute. The Fairy Tale is so old that it still has the old craft culture. No, not craft culture. Crew to glue stickers. That's pretty old. But I always say a little confetti goes a long way. If that has a Crew to glue label on it, it is as old as my youngest son. So like 8 years. 8 years, and we're still banging on. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Pretty in pink. And when she dries, and I'll brush her, and then she'll get silver trim, she'll get the word music, she'll get some flowers, and she will be done. So she's like more than, this is the thing. I'm like, I don't know how to estimate 50% done versus 80% done versus 30% done. I'm like, she's more than halfway done. Maybe. Maybe. Let me do the others. All right. Whew. I know these are not a lot of bells and whistles. These girls are just going to be simple. That is okay. Sometimes you got to do some simple ones just to feel. That's why these are my security blankets. They just having them close by is going to make me feel a little more secure. And as I said in the last video, possibly I will get more time in July. I'm envisioning having more time in July. I think I have planned my schedule such that my July isn't quite as bananas. That is my hope. So hopefully it'll be a little more chill. And if I get a ton of if I get the time to make a whole bunch of really bells and whistles impressive shoes, I can always, I never have too many shoes. So if I get to December and I have everything done, I can absolutely just, I will always have some friends who need some extra shoes. Never a dull moment in, I don't know, be a little more heavy-handed with the confetti on this one because I did like it on the last one, so I want to see a little bit more of that extra sparkle action. Ooh. I know it's not just me. I know I've heard this from other people, but the way you feel your body relax while you are glittering shoes, that's like, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I feel like there is medicinal power in, it feels so anxiety alleviating for me to glitter shoes. It really is my favorite. De-stressing. I had a friend who hated glitter. I know, crazy, right? And an artist friend, but he hated glitter. And I one time said on my Instagram, I said, glitter never fails to de-stress me. Like every time I glitter, it removes my stress. And he wrote back, glitter never fails to distress me. I was like, oh, you. I joke that like I really can tell a lot about someone by their attitude towards glitter, but I actually, think he's terrific, even though he did not like glitter. So there are exceptions to every. All right, so those girls are ready. Oh, I gotta be gentle with them because they're wet on the bottom as well. Those girls are ready to dry and ready to dry, ready to get ready. These girls are ready to dry. Let me see how the other girls are doing. And probably, what shall we do? What shall we do? Okay. We can work on a few more strawberries. That would be good. It's really pretty. It's even prettier in person. But y'all can see it's got that all over shimmer. That's very, very nice. And then when it's dry, we'll do the flowers. Gosh, just one flower is very pretty. But I think I'm probably going to do... I need to be gentle with these because she's still a little bit wet. I think I want to do 1, 2, 3 like that. But I'll play with it both ways because one is very nice. No, one's a little too sparse, I think. I think I want the whole strap to be ruffled. Yeah. So we'll play with that. But she already looks really good. And then we'll write muses on it. We'll trim her. We'll write muses on her. And she'll be kind of rocking and rolling. I got a little bit of crosstalk in that, so it'll go into my Especial Rosé, my pink Especial. Pink ESP. But the ESP is short for Especial, not extrasensory perception. Although, the sense of glitter is probably its own sixth sense kind of thing. Let me check on my other girls. Yeah, these are still a little bit too... All right, what I'm going to do on these, I think, is I actually have this really pretty pastel pink. Normally, I would need to fully paint the shoe white before I used this. Actually, no, I'm going to stick to the rosé. I was going to say I'm going to put rosé and then put this on top of the rosé and see if it makes her kind of pastel. Yeah, why not? Why not play around? It adds one step, but I shouldn't be messing with my security blanket shoes. I should be doing these, I won't say as quickly as possible because we don't want to rush, but maybe as straightforwardly as possible, as direct to the finish line as possible. I gotta hold her a little weird. So I'm just gonna do rosé on her, no confetti at this point because she's actually gonna get, she's gonna get 3 coats. She's getting a base coat of pink Especial. She's gonna get rosé on top of that. And then lastly, she's gonna get a single coat of this semi-sheer. And if I layer the semi-sheer pink on top of an opaque pink, I think what I will get is kind of a middle of the road pinkness. And we'll find out together. And possibly I won't like it, and that's how we learn. But I think I will. I think I will like that. I do that sometimes with like blues, with like Cold Enough for Pants or Breakfast at Trademark Infraction. If I layer those over an opaque blue like Commander's Palace or like Wave Velvet, I like the way that combo works. All right, she is pink. Pink. And I was wanting to work on some berries and stuff. Maybe I can, decisions. I've got some ice creams and some snowballs in progress. And I feel not great about doing stuff where I have done some of it off camera. I would prefer to like show you guys start to finish, but maybe if I show you guys one snowball, how I build it, and then I glitter all of them, maybe that's acceptable. I mean, acceptable is a pretty big word. Everything's acceptable. It's glitter, and I don't need to I don't need to get too you know, the glitter police aren't going to come and arrest me and be like, no, you said you were going to show everything and you didn't technically show absolutely everything. And it's like, yeah. But there is I do have them started and I would like to show them to y'all. So possibly I could get away with that. I don't have a lot of hot glue, but maybe we could just get started on that and see how we feel. Oh, though I also do need to do some other things. I gotta clean up for some house guests, and I gotta head over to the glitter shop to do some stuff over there. Oh no, wait, Tuesday? I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm coming or going. All right. These are very simple silhouettes, so very easy to glitter, but you do want to make sure you're actually getting under the, and I find if I go under there and under there, I usually get it all. But in glitter class, I always say make sure you leave yourself a good handle, like be nice to yourself about it. And then I add it to the long list of do as I say, not as I do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know why I'm making, what's the bird that does that? Whoop, woo! Oh no, it's not a bird, it's a, like gibbon. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the videos of like, it's like a primate of some kind. I think a gibbon is like, woo, woo! That's the noise I was making for some reason. All right. Okay. So she has got a base coat of Rosé Especial all over. Maybe it's confusing for me to say Rosé Especial and rosé colored glasses. So I apologize for that if that's confusing. But also I believe in you guys. You got this. Marry the ketchups a bit. I have the first coat done on all of 4 of my security blankets. So I've got a base coat, a first coat of Pink Especial on everyone. So everyone's got their first coat. These 2 girls, let me be gentle with them. These 2 girls got a second coat of rosé colored glasses on their tops. They still need their soles and their heels done. And then on top of that, it's going to get this pretty mix of it. This is the strawberry from the ice cream sundae, which we no longer have. But we are about to put out the Renaissance, the rebirth of the Pastel Fantasy set. So that's coming. And that would be a great pink. Or you could use Pepto, or you could mix a little bit of a crystal with a semi-sheer pink like strawberry lemonade, or no, rose mint tea. Strawberry lemonade has a little bit of yellow to it, obviously. So that's a little oranger. So you could take a crystal and mix, if you were making like a pastel baby pink, you could mix a semi-sheer crystal like Miss May's or Spirit Queen or Southern Wedding Cake. Southern Wedding Cake would be especially good for a pastel. With a pinch of Pussyfoot and Pink, a slightly bigger pinch of rose mint tea. Those would all work for making a semi-sheer pink. Or you could wait patiently for Unicorn Dreams to come back, which it will soon. Okay, I think that's probably fine for today. I was thinking about working on my snowballs. let me show y'all real quick kind of where we're at on that. And you can kind of see what we're working with. Let me gently sweep up all my pink. And since I worked with a clean sheet, I know this is all pink. It's got some confetti in it, and it's got a few little specks of some other things in it. So it's not like going back into my rosé, but it is going into my pink especial. Where's my filter? Ah, here it is. Click right into this. All right, a little bit of the garbage there, and not garbage, just, you know, contamination. That way we don't waste anything. Okay, let me, all right, I do need to clean my brushes, I think. I want to invisible jet my bathtubs for the next round of bathtub bathing beauties I'm making, but one thing at a time. I mean, when this is empty, I will let it dry out and peel all that off because she's getting a little thick. And we like it thick. That holds the glitter real good, but too much of a good thing sometimes. All right, let me. Ooh, these are really going to be very pretty. Considering they're just quote unquote just security blankets, they're going to be very pretty. Even simple things done cleanly. You know, clean, methodical, careful, deliberate, conscious choices, you know, that's sometimes where it's at. Okay, so bells and whistles. I have got, this is a Snowball, and I'm going to glitter over this. This is a Snowball cup. I put the cup on the heel. I put the Snowball in. I carved it down to the shape of the Snowball, which is how I do it, and I will show y'all that. Very messy and a terrible noise, but so that's going to be a Snowball. I've got her ready to glitter, and I will maybe paint her white. I have to decide what the cup is going to be. It's great to do a bright teal cup or a bright, like, it's nice to do a nice bright cup, but you have to kind of decide. I love to do purple and teal together on purple, teal, and white, or silver, but purple and teal together on a Snowball shoe to me really conjures the image of the jazz cup, the white cup with the purple and white squiggles. I also sometimes literally draw that on the cup, which is fun. So this one is ready to glitter or paint. Got her, and then this one the reason I did these off camera, I will tell y'all, is we needed extra hot glue guns at the craft store because we had a big, huge event. And so I needed to change. I keep a hot glue gun that is clear, a hot glue gun that has white sticks, and a hot glue gun that has red sticks. And I just keep those that way all the time because I use that a lot. But we needed some extra glue guns at the glitter store because the event was so big that, like, for everyone to have their glue gun, we had to kind of like all hands on deck. So I needed to purge the red out of my glue gun. So I made this, and I took the opportunity, since it doesn't show, I took the opportunity to do that. So she's gonna get a Snowball in her. She's gonna get, for the Snowball, you use a 4-inch loose styrofoam, not polystyrene. And I definitely purchased it and put it somewhere. So that makes me feel good knowing that I purchased it and put it somewhere. All right. So I've got 2 Snowballs kind of in the works. I've got her. She is the partner in crime to this one. So possibly I'll put the cup on this one and show you guys step by step how I put the cups. And then I'll have 3 girls who have their cups on. But I might see if I can dig up another girl, because I've got this one, where I built the cake cone, and I'm going to do a scoop of ice cream on her instead of the snowball. So the scoop of ice cream kind of looks a little different. This is one I have started but not finished, obviously. The scoop of ice cream looks a little more kind of rough and round, and then I make a big part of making the ice cream cone look like a scoop of ice cream is making the lip around it. Do I want to plug in my glue gun and do that? That's dicey because I only have 2 glue sticks left. But it would be fun to show y'all kind of what that looks like. So this is, I do these shoes where I do a slice of So I do these shoes where I do a slice. This one is the furthest along. I kind of work on these a little bit here and there. I put a slice of birthday cake on the front with fake frosting and fake birthday candles and some fake frosting roses. And then on the back, I do a scoop of ice cream. Either in, this one's in a cone. This one is going to be in a cone, I think. I might not. I need to decide what's going to happen to her front. But anyway, they get ice cream cones on the heels. And I've talked about this before, I think. I know that it doesn't really make sense to do an ice cream cone with the birthday cake. Because, like, you do cake and ice cream, but, like, not like that. You don't do, like, or maybe you do. And if you do, I love that for you. So she's the furthest along. She's got the frosting. She's got the fake cake, which is a sponge that I cut up. And she needs glitter, and probably she'll be good once she has her glitter. And her frosting roses need to be fixed up. And then the scoop. I might put a second scoop. She might be a double-decker. So I'll have to build that scoop as well. I think that's why I started putting her together and I put her sprinkles and stuff and decided that she probably needed a second scoop to look good. Or to look the way I want her to look. So we're going to keep working on her. And then those 2 are done. She's in progress. She was going to be a rainbow cake, and I'm not like 100% vibing with the way the rainbow cake is coming together. I need to tinker with that a little bit. But I will tinker with that a little bit. So I've got these 3 birthday cake in various stages of doneness, 3 birthday cake. That one is done with its lip, but it needs another scoop. That one has its scoop, but needs the lip and maybe needs another scoop. I'm not sure. And then this one just has the cone, and I haven't built the scoop in at all, so I can show you guys what it looks like to build the scoop. And she has no cake on her. You know, she would, in theory, match this one. And I just like to look for people who have a sign that says it's my birthday. And I like to give them a little slice of birthday cake. And what I will usually do on these is I will take the little letter beads that you do for friendship bracelets, and I'll put like happy birthday to you on there, or just happy birthday, because I think that's freaking adorable. So those are in progress. So I've got 3 snowballs, 3 slices of cakes, and then my very big, very Looney Tunes ambitious plans to do just absolute buckets of baskets. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot to doing a couple of ice cream cones and snowballs in the month of July. I think everybody likes a nice scoop of ice cream or a nice snowball in the summer. So I think I'm going to pivot to those. And granted, I've already started those, so I need to think a little bit about how we balance showing and just telling. Showing you guys what I'm doing as opposed to being like, I did this. So we can work on that. But I've got those 3 ice creams. And the 3 birthday shoes. I've got 2 snowballs, and then probably like 2 cake cones. And I've got a lot of fake candy to play with. That would be very fun. So that's probably where we're going to land on that. This looks terrible right now, but once I put the waffle cone texture on it, which is just the non-stick rug stuff, and I know I have that. Once I put the waffle cone on it and glitter it with Snickerdoodle, which is the new Baked with Love. Though we are keeping, I had the question, we are keeping Baked with Love. We're keeping both of them. So whatever your preference is, you can absolutely, you do you. But I think that's going to be the move. We'll do 2 snowballs, 3 slices of birthday cake, or maybe 2 slices of birthday cake, because I just don't know about this rainbow cake. I just don't know if I'm in love with her. Sometimes you don't like it until you do all the things. I got to put her frosting roses on. I want to paint this white and do it, this match the yellow. You know, we're gonna, she needs some work, but maybe we'll do that work together. Because she doesn't look terrible. And yeah, maybe the only way out is through. And that's how it is sometimes. But yeah, 2 ice cream cones, 2 snowballs in cups, and then 3 birthday cakes. And then also I'll do like 2 berry baskets so that I'm still on the berry baskets, because it's important to me to keep focus-ish. And then if I have my delusions of grandeur and I want to keep working on more baskets, I can. But I'm going to wait and see how I feel with a little bit more security blanket shoe glittering under my belt. So thank you all so much. This has been session 40. So if you've been watching with me all this time, thank you so much. That's very much appreciated by me. And let's see, I guess I'll do the shopping lists on my Patreon for how to do the ice cream cones and snowballs so that as we get into that, you feel prepared. And I'm still overdue to do the berry baskets because I was waiting on some other things to line up and to restock at the shop. I will say, we have restocked the Galaxy kit. Oh, maybe I should do some Galaxy shoes. Those are slam dunks. Those are easy A's. The Galaxy kit has restocked. The Crawfish Boil kit restocked, and the King Cake kit restocked. So if you have been joining me and waiting for those, I will be shipping those out if you order them, or packing them up if you order them for pickup. And we just posted, but as a reminder, $100 orders on Craft Culture on the shop, we ship free. So something to think about. $100 buys you an awful lot of glitter, but who doesn't like having an awful lot of glitter? And if you get more dense stuff like kits, then that you hit that number a little more easy. Anyway, that is the whirlpool of things that have been swirling around in my head. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for the support through 40 sessions of the shoe marathon. We're getting back on track. We're getting our security blankets squared away. We got our pretty crawfish girls into bags, and we are rolling. Y'all have a great week.